when the criticism seems like it's personal or like from a bad place. And since I know so many things that are going on behind the scenes, what other people don't know.
It looks like the one in Nicki to be the bad guy again, because she called out Gucci Mane's wife, Keyshia, and she didn't hold back. She accused her of keeping Gucci sedated, and the way that she said it, it sounded like Nicki just blew the lid off of a story that Waka Flocka warned everybody about years ago. Now, fans are convinced that Gucci's mind ain't really his anymore, and that she's just running every move behind the scenes, and maybe even controlling the man through more than just love. But that ain't even the craziest part, because once you start connecting the dots between Nicki's tweets and Gucci's mental health confessions and an old Brick Squad drama, it paints a really dark picture. Stick around, because this one's about power control and a marriage that might not be as perfect as the internet.
Experienced him going through episodes before we were married, and I was like, man, somebody got to help this guy. It was really, really bad. It's really sad because you're seeing someone you don't know.
That wants to make it look. Now, it all started back when Gucci Mane and Keyshia went on The Breakfast Club to promote Gucci's new memoir, Episodes. Everything seemed cool until Keyshia opened up about how but that quote right there is what set social media on fire, because hours later, Nicki Minaj went nuclear on X. Gucci wife has been trying to be me for years, been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Gucci hates Deb Atney. They don't want Deb around me. She's around me now. Charlemagne the fraud, Jay-Z friend and business associate, using iHeartRadio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families. He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. The buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet. Y'all really don't understand who I really am. Bring it. Let's play. Y'all want attention? Let's do it. LAPD, where's the evidence of my home being swatted with a toddler inside 4 times? Gunstrong, Republic Records, stand up for me any effing day now. You'll regret it. Well, Nicki even called Charlemagne a fraud for giving Keyshia a platform. Warning, the buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet. Now, at that point, everybody knew that this wasn't just another petty celebrity spat. This was Nicki Minaj aiming straight at Gucci Mane's marriage. And at this point, Nicki's at war with everybody. And the next morning, Keyshia was clearly fed up. She hopped on Instagram, posting a clip vibing to Cardi B's music right after Nicki's rent. And fans instantly got the shade. And I'm like, nah, since when out here embarrassing to fans? It looked like a declaration of war. Keyshia sent on McCarty just to spite Nicki. But instead of cooling off, things spiraled even deeper when the gossip blogger Tasha K jumped in. She posted, "Word on the curb is Gucci Mane wanted to on Nicki." But Nicki wasn't having that yuck mouth ass ninja. So here come Keyshia, slid right in, fixed his teeth, his money, put that man on prescription meds, and spent his bag to morph into Nicki. Now he's spitting high off them tranquilizers, thinking he married his dream girl. Well, fans definitely flooded the comments with split reactions, some calling it messy gossip, and others allegedly saying, Waka Ben told us, Keyshia's the handler. But this is where things get real eerie, because Gucci Mane himself admitted that Keyshia once had him committed. In his memoir Episodes, Gucci revealed that his wife had kidnapped him with his 6 bodyguards and took him to a mental hospital. He framed it as love, saying she saved his life. But online, folks replayed that interview side and the word kidnapped. And then when you hear Keyshia bragging about deleting his accounts and changing his passwords, it started sounding less like help and more like control. Well then, back then, Waka Flocka, Mr. Hot and the Mother of Paint, explained why he cut Gucci off after Brick Squad fell apart. He tweeted that he never got paid for no hands. Y'all remember Girl, the Way You Movin'? It got me in a trance. DJ, turn me up, ladies. It's your dance. Y'all remember? Well, he accused Gucci of selling out after that. But what most people missed is Waka low-key alleging Gucci ain't running Atlanta no more. He changed after that girl came around, allegedly. Now, at the time, people thought he was just hating. But now, after Nicki's post, fans are pulling those clips, saying Waka was right. But some even believe that Keyshia purposely isolated Gucci from Deb Atney and Nicki, two women who used to keep him grounded. When you line up everything, though, Gucci's forced hospital stay, the phone deletions, and Keyshia's quote about controlling everything at home, the whole situation starts looking like a textbook power dynamic. And Nicki's words, sedated, hit even harder after this. Because in the same Breakfast Club interview, Keyshia actually admitted that she controls his meds. She catches the episodes before they happen. And for a lot of people online, that sounded like she's keeping them under constant chemical watch. Even former Love and Hip Hop stars chimed in anonymously, saying Gucci's energy been off ever since he got out, almost robotic. And it wasn't long before old clips resurfaced.
Y'all know allegedly Gucci's wife, while he was locked up, slept with Yo Gotti, right? Allegedly. That's why he cussed out Angela Yee. I don't know if y'all noticed. By the way, Gucci, I love you so much. Like, don't ever diss me. I love you, bro. But
of DJ Academic Slimin, Keyshia cheated on Gucci, but Yo Gotti while he was in prison. But even he tied it to Gucci's beef with Angela Yee. Fans started asking if that rumor was true. Could this whole I control him act be her way of keeping the upper hand ever since? Well, then another wild claim popped up from Rick Ross's ex, Tia Kemp, who swore she saw Keyshia
own eyes when she was wearing that blue lipstick and mohawk and all that, when she came over there when Gucci was in jail, and she came to pick him up from the house.
leaving with Ross in a Rolls Royce while Gucci was behind bars. Keyshia quickly denied it, posting, "Ain't never had no dealings with Rick Ross, period. Keep my name out your mix-up." But by then, the narrative was set, and people were convinced Keyshia always had leverage over every man in her orbit. Nicki didn't stop at Keyshia. She dragged Charlemagne, calling him a Jay-Z associate, using iHeartRadio to push industry setups. And if you've been paying attention to Nicki lately, she's been trying to expose everybody from Cardi to Jay-Z for allegedly being a part of that system. So when she hit it, Charlemagne was around Wendy before her life went to hell, and people connected that to how Wendy Williams' downfall came right after she started naming names in Hollywood. To Nicki, Keyshia wasn't just a jealous wife. She was another handler figure, planning to keep one of the most outspoken Atlanta rappers quiet. One fan wrote, "I can't unsee Keyshia Ka'oir trying to be Nicki Minaj, all while knowing Gucci Mane wanted Nicki and couldn't have her. That's real tea right there." Another said, "Keyshia Ka'oir is definitely doing witchcraft on Gucci Mane for sure, bonding spells and all types of ish. He's completely under his control spiritually too. He literally may die if he leaves her." But I'm gonna shut up now. But on the flip side, others defended Keyshia. If you know Keyshia, she ain't never played about Gucci. Never, ever. She even bathes this man. You think she gonna let him remain in an unsafe mental space? Nah. It turned into a full-blown culture war. Team Nicki versus Team Keyshia, while Gucci stayed silent. But there's another eerie layer people missed. Back when Keyshia launched her Ka'oir Cosmetics line, her promo shoots looked straight out of Nicki's Pink Friday era. Same latex suits, same Barbie color palette. And fans are now resurfacing side-by-side pics showing her literally mirroring Nicki's stage fits. Now, some even claim Keyshia's obsession runs deep enough that she models herself after Nicki's exact image of power, a glamorous woman who dominates her man publicly but operates like a CEO privately. Except this time, Nicki's hinting it's not empowerment, it's manipulation. Nicki's words carry some weight when she says the buck stops here, and that's not just anger, it's a threat of exposure. And if Nicki really got receipts, texts, studio footage, or old industry combos from Brick Squad days, this could reopen some messy wounds in the Atlanta hip-hop scene. Because remember, Gucci once apologized publicly to Nicki, Drake, and Ross for dissing him during his Manic episode. And now, Keyshia's admitting she controls his online access. Fans are asking, who's really talking when Gucci speaks now? Him or Keyshia? So where does this leave things now? Well, Nicki's still being the bad guy, tweeting subliminals, and Keyshia's still flaunting Gucci online. And Gucci's memoir is quietly climbing charts off the drama. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. This beef ain't just about jealousy. It's about control. And if Nicki really decides to pull more receipts, this could blow the lid off of these deep industry power couples to see how far things really go. Lemon pepper wings with the main guts.